So obviously for the YouTube guys, it's gonna be easier. Cool. You guys see my screen? I'll do. Let me just add. How do you add one? New session. Man blind. Okay, cool. April. 50K again, and then NQ. I know how to do this by the way. So okay, so April, yeah. So April 1st, and we'll just do April, and then what's the month after April? May. Cool. May 1st. Create session. April. Cool. And let me just sort this out one sec. We've got the news on the right. Yep, and then we just remove indicators. Layout. Split that. Make that ES. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, this one I'm making. Okay, cool. Let me go to next day open. It should be the macro. Oh, let me change this. Not macro, sorry, market open. Okay, is everything set up and ready, guys? Everything's clear. Everything's clear. Just want to make sure this is everything's clear. Yeah, cool, cool, cool. Clear. All right, let's start. Okay, let's start. Okay, if you guys were on the same session yesterday, you would see what happened or what my thought process is, right? High time frame, and then we zoom lower. So high time from here. This is during the Trump session where we just dumped. So we have these lows here. We swept them and gone higher, but we have this SIBI here, so it's also a bearish narrative. Yes, similar story. Yeah. So let's go on the 1 hour. What we do on the 1 hour before market open, we absolutely melt. And what low do we see that price is getting drawn to? Yeah, you guys can see what low we're coming to. This one here. So we mark out this low, magnet that, grab that, hold shift, bang. That's our low. Okay. That's our low we're going for, right? So that's our low we're targeting, right? We set this low, displays through it nicely. 50-minute time frame, similar story. Displays underneath this low nicely. So let's see market open. Let me go in 1 minute. So market opens here. Let me go to macro. So we displace higher. Okay. Displays higher nicely. Macro opens in a few minutes. Two more candles. Bang. Macro opens there. Okay. So as soon as market opens, we completely pump up. The 4 hours now turn into a wick. Very big, massive bullish wick. 1 hour as well. Disrespecting all these SIBIs. So now I'm leaning a bit more towards bullish. So let's just wait for PXH off this high here. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? So let's just wait. Macro's opened. We go higher. We feel this BISI here. Now regarding with this BISI, I guess we're targeting these highs, and I'm gonna go on 15-minute here so I can see if there's any SMTs now. Okay, so I guess we're gonna target those highs up here, which is nice. So let's just wait. We're a bit more of a premium. I want to see some internal manipulation, then we go higher. So this is the retrace, but this is way before macro. Unless you market execute when we displace through this high, that's a good entry. Stops below here, but obviously we didn't get that, so we wait. Okay, we close pretty bearish on this BISI, so let's see what this next candle does. We print higher, we print higher, we print higher. So that's so we now we formed an SMT with this wick, so I'm gonna wait for price to displace through this wick. Okay, there we go. Okay, not enough yet, just yet. We're just chopping right now. Wait, okay, not enough. Now at this point, I think the 5-minute candle is opened. Yeah, oh, it's already open at here, so we there. 2 minute, no 1 minute. Yeah, so we open there. So now at this point, we just have to wait. We're clearly going to target this BISI here if we're going to come lower like that. Nothing much, nothing much, nothing much. Still nothing. Don't enter prematurely, right? I think these are the days where price was a bit. Okay, no, it's not. Okay. We just wait. We just have to wait. Can I form this internal low? So if I see something like price sweeping this internal low, yeah, price sweeps this internal low, comes in, fills this BISI, then we go higher. I'm sure that's what everyone's seeing. We wait. Okay, bang. Bro, what did I just say to you, bro? What did I just, bro? Candle closure, exactly. I'm recording, I'm recording. So you guys see what I just showed you guys, right? We literally just formed an internal low. Why is this a low? Because we moved down and move up, right? We now total sweep this low. Let's see how this candle closed. Very nice and bullish. Well, that's so you would catch an entry with when seeing price do that, right? Now at this point I've kind of missed this. I'm gonna wait for a rebalance candle. We missed that as well. Let's just wait. Okay, so now we've kind of missed the entry, which is annoying. But obviously, if it was live charts, you're allowed to press enter right here and stops below this candle, which you would get a pretty big stop loss. So I prefer to wait for one more rebalance, right? Okay, there's rebalance. Nothing yet, nothing yet. Now at this point it's 10:07, so technically the entry was here. The entry was there. We haven't tapped anything either. We had tapped this once when I was Sibby, but I think the entry was here where you can displace. But obviously the backtesting software didn't let me do that, so let's just wait. And now we've displaced through this busy, but let's see if it holds. Nope. So yeah, your entry. So we have this internal low. We title super. You can literally just press enter as soon as price does that. Stops below here. Large stop loss because I think it's not accurate. I tell you 50 points there. Yeah. So that's your first entry, right? We have a retrace here, but this is pre-macro. Macro opens here. We pump too much, so we're not going to enter straight away. We're going to wait for some internal manipulation or rebalance. So here we had a little rebalance here. This 1 minute sit busy, but for me it wasn't enough because we didn't displace higher above this high here, so I can get a quick little entry. But we didn't get that right. We displaced, wicked 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these wicks here, not enough for me. So I waited. We then came down. So now I'm expecting this busy to be a draw. And then we have an internal low. We come up. Now people here would enter longs, because they'll see this little respect wick, they would enter longs here, stops below this wick, bang, they got touched. Wait for some manipulation, we come down for manipulation, and then you execute as soon as, because the way market moved as soon as it set this low was very strong, so you could enter off displacement and bang, target 50 points. But now the macro is almost over, so I didn't enter that trade because I missed it. So, but it may go higher now, or it goes lower. We'll see what price does. But yeah, that's the first day. Yeah, no entries, but you guys can see what I was talking about. You guys can see um you guys can see what I'm talking about, yeah? Any questions? Can you do it 1 second when you're looking for entries? Yeah, I'll check for news as well. Well, lock in, lock in, lock in. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? No questions? It was pretty. Next day? Cool, next day. Cool, I'll happen next day. Let me go in 1 second after as well, yeah? Would the entry before macro be valid? No, it's not before macro. Could you try your stop? Yes. I would, but in this case scenario, we just displace higher, so there's no reason to try. I'll try once price displays like above this high here, then I'll start trading to break even. Yeah? Or can it go to next day? I don't know why it keeps doing that. There we go. Cool. Same exact thought process. What do? We hop on 4 hour. Okay, what's this, right? Okay, that's the 1 minute. Okay, so what do we see here, right? That was the Sibi, right? And now we were respecting the Sibi nicely. And we displaced through this low. We swept it once, came up. Now we're going lower. So now the bias is very bearish, right? Very bearish. Nothing, no SMTs. No SMTs. So that's gonna draw. Unless price show me something to make it look like we're bullish, correct? So let's just wait till market opens. Macro open. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So let me go on. I'll go on in 5 seconds, so it's easier. So cool. What have we done? We swept this liquidity there. No SMT. We fill this bit of SIBI. Nothing on the 1 hour, but on ES. Okay, so there's 1 hour fair value gap. Does not mean we're bearish. Why does it mean we're bearish? If you are bearish from the higher time frame, you've got to make sure the low time frame gives you that. Yes, we formed an SMT here. Yes, we disrespected this SIBI, then BITI, then SIBI again, and now we're going lower. We still have this to go through. We still have this to break through, right? And is that a 5 minute one as well? Yes, it is. But I'm anticipating the price to inverse this because of this SMT and inverses. But let's just wait for price. Right? Let's not just enter short straight away until we see something. I'm keeping my eye on ES as well because ES is now completely flooded through it. Yeah, so eyes on ES. Doesn't mean I enter, right? Macro just opened. It's been 2 minutes. Okay, the last candle is very important, right? What's this candle doing right here? What have we just done? I'm gonna make this clear and obvious. We open, we come deeper within this BISI. Now, to make this proper bearish, you can read it off all in one candle. Now it's pumped up again, so now we're here, right? If this is truly bearish, price will then eventually reject the idea we're going higher and come right back down again, leaving a big wick here, right? I'm gonna say this again. When you're in situations like these, you can read off one candle. So we opened, we came lower, now we're going higher again, respecting the idea we're respecting this, right? But then if we completely flip again, what's that telling me? We tried to come higher, we failed, we're going lower, next candle should melt, or we maybe manipulate and then melt. But let's see what this candle does. See, we wait. That's not enough for me to go to sell. Not enough at all. Yes, we're chopping within this. Yes, ES suspected it, but that's not enough for me. This next candle, if we completely displace lower, then we'll look for rebalances. Okay, okay. Still not enough. Now at this point, it's just moving very wicky. Yeah, and I think the 5 minute just opened. Yeah, so now let's wait for the 5 minutes. So at this point, you're confused, right? You're like, we're just going up and down like a piano. So, like, literally like a piano. So you have to just wait for this 5 minutes rebalance. What do I want to see on this 5 minute? For me to realize this is going to get disrespected, I wait for 5 minutes to open like that, come lower, have a big wick up here, and then we close and melt lower. Yeah, but that's 5 candles. So let's wait. And if we see price up going to that like 53 or 52, 54, then you can enter without having to wait for 55. So that's 51. We're still respecting this busy, right? No displacement, nothing. So let's wait. That's 51. 52 is here. So right now the 5 minute looks very bullish, right? 15 as well. What do we just do on 15? Gotta keep an eye on it. Sibby, disrespect, rebalance in. So you gotta keep an eye on that as well. Yes, ES disrespected this 1 minute busy technically. Not even, but it kinda did. Look what happened just there. So now my bias may flip depending on this next candle. So let's wait. Bang. This is a very nice candle, right? But the candle hasn't closed yet, so I'm waiting. But when you see stuff like this, what's price wanting to do, you know? So let's just wait. There's our idea being respected. Right, next candle there. This can be quite a large stop loss, even just there. So that's pretty big. So let's just wait. Look at the 5 minute and the 15. It's respecting the idea we're going higher. We're clearly going to target these highs or maybe just this area here. But we're only going to go for 50 points. 50 points, yeah? Okay, let's see if the CB gets disrespect and we can enter off that. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Still nothing. And right now it's 52 still, so let's wait. 53 opens up. Now, if we're truly bullish, we'll come lower and then wick high, just like these wicks as well. Let's see that if that price does that. Bang. So now I'm gonna enter. One. Let me put stops. Uh, Stops, realistically, you want to go here, but that's way too big. So I'm gonna go here for now. Yeah, and then take profit. Let me add the, what's the word? The 50 points. So 50 points is here. It's a bit of a 1-for-1, but we can go higher. I'll clear that 50 points. Okay, what did I do wrong here? Not wait for candle closure. It's annoying, bro, because dumb backtesting is actually so annoying. But let's wait. Now we're getting stopped. We're still respecting the Sibi. I can see us getting stopped, but let's wait. Let's wait. Okay, we're doing decent. But what did I do wrong? I didn't wait for candle closure. I keep preaching that, but when it comes to backtesting, it's so annoying. Because I don't know when candle closed, because I don't have the time. Okay, we got stopped. We got stopped because I didn't wait for candle closure. Now it's 56. You could wait for re-entry and realize your mistakes. Alright. We wait. Basically got disrespected. We're in this Sibi. So right now we're just chopping actually, so I may not even enter again. Okay, oh, there was news. Bro, I keep forgetting about news. Oh my days, bro. There was news. There was literally news. I literally forgot about news. I literally forgot about news. Enable candle closure. Let me try it. Settings. Settings. Time. Status lines. Background. We're even here. Can't not about. Thank you, bro. That's actually so blessed. Alright, there was news on this day. I didn't realize. So whenever there's news, I didn't realize. Now if we're just popping, so I'll take the loss here and I'll go to the next day. Yeah. Next day open, bro. Yeah. So that was just any news. I didn't realize this. So we'll just go to the next lesson. Next day. All right. So today is it's Friday, so there probably is news, but it never shows me. You can see it never ever shows me. It's Wednesday. Send me there's news on Wednesday. But let's just see what 4 hours telling me. We're clearly bearish. One hour we have a Sibi, but it doesn't mean we can go higher and rebalance that. So that's meant for high time frame bias right now. It's a bit mixed. So let's wait for market to open. What the hell is that, bro? Bomber clock, fam. Bro, what is that? Why is that 9:30? And I'm not even gonna bother. Okay, let's just keep watching. I'll refresh because that's just weird. Why is it doing? Why is it doing that? Yeah, let's just wait. Let's just wait. Refresh. This may take some time, yeah. Let me just okay, we're back. I changed the time. Can you change for me, please? There we go. Okay, macro opens in 1 minute or 2 minutes. How many minutes? 1 minute. Macro opens here, right? Now let me actually lock in because this is annoying me now. Okay, so we have this 1 hour city. Price isn't really respecting it properly. We can still come higher. So let's see if we respect that idea. We're going higher, right? So this is them prices where it comes up, shows higher bullish price, and then comes right back down again, and then go higher from here. So let's see if this 15-minute Civi gets inversed at macro. So we opened up. Yes, we are showing lower price. But what is the draw? This wick? Let's see if this wick is a draw. Or let's see if macro shows me higher price. Okay, there's higher price. You could enter off this display off this candle displacement through this high here, because that's no sign of price wanting to come lower. Because if you really wanted to come lower, we would manipulate this lower and go lower. Okay, so now that happens. Now we have this Sibi. Let me go on the ones. I just want to move 5 seconds. So we got Sibi Bissy. We have this Bissy. So we'll go on the 5 minute. Not enough just yet, so let's wait. 49, so we might as well wait for 50. 50 opens. Okay, now 50's opened. This 5 minute doesn't tell me we're bearish or bullish, right? So we're just mixed right now. We can still wait. Let's let price move. Okay, we respect this Bissy. So now we look at the 5 minute again. I'm going higher. 15 minute going higher. Yeah? Not enough for me to enter just yet. Not enough. We're just chopping. Let's see if we get displacement past these highs. Okay, so this was a nice entry, but for me personally, it's a bit too early because I want to see something more. Okay, this candle's important. Let's see. Let's see if we're truly bearish by sweeping these highs and filling this little Sibi here. Let's see if we're truly bearish. Okay, that's clearly bearish. The 5 minute has now flipped like that. So what's that telling me? We're going lower, but this could be manipulation, so we wait. Okay, so we now set this low here. That could be manipulation. Let's see if we disrespect this Sibi. Right, it's just one step at a time. Whichever candle shows you what is printed, you have to just wait. Yeah. Okay, so now we have the Sibi. Let's wait what price does because we're still kind of bullish, right? We just came lower. We still can go higher. Yes, we total sweep this. Doesn't mean we're going lower. So I'd rather wait for Sibi tap if we are bearish. Okay, bang. Completely gets inversed. All the sellers are now panicking. This candle's going to decide that if we're going to go higher or lower. But right now, what I'm looking at is we closed within this Civi way up here. We wicked it and closed way up here. If we were truly bearish, this candle would have just dumped at least a little bit. But no, we've opened up and we're going higher. So let's wait. Okay, we're doing that. Okay, bang. This is a pretty good entry to enter longs, but I'm going to wait one more candle because we just placed too high. There we go. This is a nice entry to enter longs. After seeing that, stops below here. You could do something like this. Why? We wait for the Cibi to get inversed. It kind of got rebalanced here. We close above here. This candle here is telling me we're going higher. Right? We could do that. Bit of a mad RR. Because the stop loss is 70 points, bro. But let's see what price does. Yeah. Just wait. Okay, what do we do? Do we take out this high? No. The trade is still in play. The next 5 minutes opened here. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is open. So let's see what the 15 minutes telling me. It's just a bunch of chops right now. So this 15 minute may rebalance all the way down here and then go higher, which is a higher possible chance. So we're not really displacing higher. And plus we just disrespected this busy, so we may get stopped out. But let's see if it holds. Yeah, see, bang, stop loss. Copy day again. Um, yeah, copy day. There's nothing much to work with. So one trade, and if you get stopped, you get stopped. It doesn't matter. Let's see what price does next. Yeah, it's just a bunch of chops. Even after 10 a.m., like, yeah, nothing much. Yes, bearish, but I guess me personally, I was bullish because we didn't take out this high. Yeah? Any questions? It didn't save. Oh my days. Okay, I'll fix that. Is everyone paying attention? Is everyone actually looking? Or am I just like, yeah? Ah, cool, 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 cool. I don't know why I didn't save. Let me do it again. Canvas. It wasn't canvas, it was scales and lines, and it was countdown to bar close. Okay, there we go. Cool. Next session. Few losses ain't too bad. The price action's choppy, but I'm not gonna like these days. You can easily blow your accounts, right? A loss does not matter at all. So it's cool. It's calm, man. The next day again, same similar story. What do we do? That's a opening gap. That's a Monday. Yeah, we have an opening gap. We tapped into it. So now we're pretty bearish, right? We're just dumping lower. We're very bearish. So let's just go on 15 minute and go from there. Let's not marry it though. We have this busy here. So the high time frame is pretty clear. It's just when it gets to low time frame, you don't want to get stopped out. We've displaced past these lows. These lows are clearly the draw. But let's wait for macro open. 40, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Bang, macro's open. First thing I do is check what 930 to 945 did. Displaced through this BISI, displaced through this BISI technically. We have this low here, which is nice. We kind of total suited, but let's see if we want to go higher from there. Let's see what price does. Okay, we do go higher. So now the 15 minute strong on the ES as well. Let's see if we close above or below this. Actually, no, I have to go 10 second now. So let's see what happens, what price wants to do. Because right now, if we are truly bearish, we'll displace past this BISI and go lower. So far, we just have 4 upprint candles, so nothing to work with right now. Maybe you could enter longs here. You could, but I'm waiting. Yeah, we're just displacing higher. Okay, so we go on the 5 minute, displacing higher, 15 minute. We have the SIBI, which is nice. Let's see how price closes within the SIBI. So now at this point, you're looking at the SIBI and thinking, okay, but we still have this order block, so let's just wait. We've really and truly, the only entry you can catch is just by market executing right here. Right, so once we displace past this little wick here, similar to today's trade where we had a similar story, right? We had this like wick today and then we displaced through it and it came low and could enter. But that was a bit before macro. Waiting, nothing much again for me personally. Okay, so we have these highs, now we're taking all of them out. Plenty opens, we just displayed higher, really. Generally, like a day like this, after tapping a new day opening gap, we're expecting dumps and we just completely disrespected the idea. And we formed like 1 minute candles like that. So, and we haven't had any type of rebalance. Literally nothing. Other than this, where's the next rebalance? I don't see anything personally. Unless you can cash on these wicks, but let's just wait. 10 a.m. now opened. On both pairs, we clearly want to go higher. I guess ES just tapped the gap, but maybe that's what the draw was. And now maybe we'll come lower now. So that's 10:02, 10:03 is there, 10:04, 5. Okay, wait. For me, nothing personally, because now we're at such a premium, and it's already now 10:08 now, so I wouldn't take a trade today. Yes, there was this entry here that you can market displays from, but what did we react off? We didn't really react off anything. There was nothing on the 1 hour. We had this 1 hour tiny busy here, and I guess the 4 hour was showing me signs of that as well. But do you guys see how on days like where look at the 1 minute? Unless you're a person that wants to market execute straight away off displacement like this candle here and not wait for a rebalance, you can catch some nice trades. So the trade of the day here was obviously here, right? And then stops below this busy. 150 points. What the flip, bro? Are you good? Is that right? Bro, assuming that's not right, I think this is Trump tariff days. So assuming that's not right, yeah, it's not accurate. Yeah, it's not accurate. So yeah, if you think you could enter off displacement off this wick here, go for it. I think you go for it. There's nothing wrong with it. But with me personal, like we're at such a like I don't know, we have this gap here, and then you want to assume we're bearish after suspecting this busy. And then obviously, if price show you indicating to you that we're bullish, then you can go for it. But there's no way that's accurate. But yeah, that's the trade for that day. And then if you want to try and catch a trade here, we're too high up. and you can get stopped out very easily. I don't know what the flip is that. Okay, yeah. Next day. We're very strongly bullish, and I think this is Trump. This is all Trump season, so the price action is not the same than normal. That's one thing you guys need to realize. That's why I think everyone's saying April because it's such a hard month. But we go through it together. Can this bro next day open for the bazillionth time, please? Come on, bro. Fucking open, bro. Bro, is everyone on the same like website for it to be not for it to be acting like this? Let's see if that refresh works. But now I have to do this again. Great. Okay. Um, this, 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 this.
Your husband,
Yo,
do you go to school?
no, I finished school last year.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, like you're 18 or 19?
19.
Oh, fire.
Yeah. Okay. What's the draw, guys? This wick high here, yeah? We have this wick high here. Price is clearly leaning towards it. One thing we have to be careful of is obviously CEO of the wick. So if you go on a 4 hour, which is probably the most accurate CE, you'd obviously draw it out. Um, it's been tapped already, it's this one here. So I haven't obviously fixed my flip settings on FX Replay, but it's that one there. So let's see what price does at market open, yeah? Get these rainbow charts off my face. Okay, market's open. I literally change you to. It keeps. There we go. So market's going to open soon. What am I expecting price to do? Clearly we're in a bullish trend, right? So we have this 1 hour wick, clearly the draw. Disrespecting this new day opening gap. We showed such high bullish price here, so we're clearly going higher. So I'm expecting this to get railed. Yeah. So let's wait for markets to open. That's open. So let's go in 1 minute. Yeah, we're gonna get some bullish price action now. But let's see what price gives me. Okay, so at least we got some manipulation before instead of just rallying higher straight away. So now I want to see some PXH off these highs here. Okay, so at this point, at this moment in time, if you're this is macro open as well, right? Yeah, so macro's just opened. This could be your first entry. Why? We have this 15-minute BISI. You could enter off displacement, right? You could generally enter right now, but we have this candle close above here. But I'm gonna wait one more candle just in case. Just one more candle. Doesn't hurt. See? We tap this BISI. And there's an SMT here, so I want to be careful as well. So there's an SMT here, so I want to see ES follow up and go higher. Yeah? So we wait. Yeah, so it's not enough for me because we have an SMT now. Yeah? It's not enough for me. So let's see if, okay, that's a nice little BISI retest. Retest, yeah, the retest. So the dumps could work here. This candle especially, so you could short here, there. You could short here, put your stops above here. Shouldn't be 95 points, but it is. And then just target, I'm assuming 50 points like that. I don't know why it's 95 points, but that's a nice stop loss for now. But let's wait for this candle to close and see what price does. Yeah. Yeah, so now you're getting stopped out. S&T wasn't holding. So this SIBI could now got inversed. So I guess that draw was correct, and this SMT was fake. We just came lower just to generate more liquidity and go higher. So at this point, I will not have entered the shorts, but I'll just check in to see if price wants to play that out. So this SIBI here, that got inversed. So it's not enough for me though. Okay, now we've just placed past these highs again, and ES is coming higher. But we're just chopping right now. It's not easy to enter right now. We're chopping a lot. We're chopping a lot. Okay, now these wicks are very strong. What's price doing? Wicking lower, trying to go higher. So we're going to see some displacement now. Let's see if price displaces. Still a lot of wicks. Wicking like four. That's 5 wicks. So at this point in time, there's probably 10M news, and I haven't seen it. Okay, that's a nice entry. Right, what do we see here? We see this BISI respect, SIBI respect as well, obviously the inverse. And when you see price having multiple wicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, where yes, we're manipulating to one side, which is down, but you don't want to pattern trade that and think, okay, now we're going lower. But reality, we're actually going higher because look where price is. Do you understand? So now obviously we're finding displaced. And then obviously, so your actual entry was here. Here, not really because we didn't displace properly and we came lower. The shorts didn't work unless you caught the shorts off this order block, and the longs worked here because now we're at these highs again. We're clearly trying to show that price is going higher, and you can target this wick that I marked out. Yeah, let's see if price goes there at least. So now, obviously, if you entered off these wicks, so what I would have done, even if you entered off, let's say you didn't expect the wick to do like 5 times. Let's say you entered off this wick, yeah, or this wick. You put your stops below here, or to be safe, you would put it here. But that's such a big stop loss for no reason. You could put it here, and once price does that, you target your 50, but you can target more because that's a mad RR. And once price displaces through this high, you can troll to this stop, this to down here. That's how you troll. You don't want to keep that there. You troll here because that's a rebalance candle. And then as we displace higher, you can then troll to this wick low here. And then let's see if that thing gets actually taken or not. The blue line that I marked out. So it's quite a manipulative day because we're in such a bearish right time frame run. So yeah, you don't want to sit through this. Bro, look at that. We got edged 50 times. Oh my days, I remember this day. We got edged by like, I actually remember this day. I remember people complaining about it. We got edged by like 2 points, 5 points. And guess what happens? I guess what happens as soon as that happens? I'm pretty sure we see floods. I'm pretty sure we see floods. Yeah, look, that's crazy. So yeah, this is why you take off 50 points. Yeah, look what happens. That's the draw. Look, it never got swept. Neither on ES. It wasn't even like an SMT. Pretty sure ES never swept it either. Actually, no, it was an SMT. So yeah, SMT then bond price to go lower. So yeah. So whenever you see wicks to one side, don't marry that and think, yeah, price is now manipulating to one side. We're going to continue that side. It has to mean you have to read the context as well, yeah. So next day, April is a difficult month, flipping out. Okay, so we have again a similar story. 9th of April. So we have this Sibi here and ES as well. But right now, looking at this candle here, it's showing me that price wants to go higher. But let's wait for market to open. We have these highs here, and let's see if we close above them so we can get some PXHs. Okay, not closure just yet. We have to wait for the 15 minutes close to open. Bang, 15-minute opens there. That's 5 minutes, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, macro opens. We sweep these highs. We do not close above it. So you could lean towards being bearish after we tap the 1 hour Sibi. Or 4 hour. I think it's 4 hour. Right, so at this moment in time, let me lock in. At this moment in time, you see these highs here. You just saw macro open. You're talking to yourself. You're thinking, okay, I'll be bearish if because we total sweep these highs. But I'll be bullish if we rebalance lower and then show 1 minute and 5 minute price action and we want to go higher. Yeah? So don't marry the bearish bias just yet. If you wanted to take those shorts earlier, you could, but it's pre-macro. I'm not doing that, so I'm waiting. We have this BISI left. Let's wait for this BISI, right? So we're going to 10 seconds, so it's easier to see. Okay. Okay, so we fill this BISI in nicely. The 5 minute has now looked like this. Doesn't mean we're bearish just yet. Does not mean we're bearish. If we close below this BISI properly, then we're bearish. I mean, I keep saying BISI, Sibi. Nothing yet. Look at that candle. This is enough indication to enter longs. Why is it 80 points, bro? Could enter like that and then target this high. You could do this. And wait for candle to close, see if that plays out. Yeah, see? It does play out. So you could do that. Why? We didn't have internal manipulation, but we still respected this BISI and we're not showing indication that price wants to go higher. And if you wanted to use this as like a PD array to make price go lower after inversing it, so we go up, down, inverse, up, then down again like that. It didn't work because look how this candle closed. And look how this candle closed within the Sibi as well. So let's see what price does. Another rebalance candle. Price taps the Sibi, comes lower, then closes higher again. Next candle opens. Let's see what price does. Okay, so at this point in time, you're trailing from this wick low to this wick low. Do not break even early, because what if this candle came to this area here and break even, right? I'm targeting this internal high. I'm keeping an eye on ES just in case we form an SMT. We wait. Obviously, your 50 points got, this is 180 points, 170 points. Your 50 points got tapped here. So you would be out of the trade, but because I don't think it's accurate, I'm just going to wait to see what price does. So now we have this BISI. So if you missed the trade, you could wait for this BISI respect. Okay, that's nice. Those candles are telling me price wants to go higher. One candle may come low one more time, then go higher, or we just go higher. Okay, there we go. Look at that. What does that tell me? What does that actually tell me? What does this wick tell me? What do you guys think this wick is telling me right now? Let me ask this a question. I want to see some chats. What is this wick telling me? What is actually this wick telling me? Dip the stage. Should I dip the stage? Rebalance, yes. Manip, yes. Bissy respect, yes. All of that. Even though we tapped this Bissy three times, this candle here is very, very important. We have 20 seconds left. We have 20 seconds left. Let's see what this price does. Let's see what price does. 10, bang. Look at that closure. So you could, from seeing this similar story happen today again, where we hit that wick and then that wick again, and then we come higher. So we could put our tops below here, entering there, even though it's 56 points. But let's see what price does. We wait. We respect CEO of it, and now your TP is approaching in the next candle. Bang. You guys see that? But my entry was initially off this respect Bissy. The idea of price wants to come low off this inverse, but then we didn't displace through this Bissy. The target was the internal high, but it will go higher because we swept all these highs and we didn't show any bearish reaction. We just retraced, and then this candle here gave me a nice wick off this order block. Nothing, no internal manipulation happened because it happened here. So you would have been in the trade already. If you just didn't break even, you'll be fine, even though price never came to your break even. And the only time you'll trail, you don't have to trail at all. Actually, you keep your stop where it is. Obviously, my stop was here at first, and I trailed once I saw price displaced up here. But at this point, you wouldn't want to go break even just yet. And then at this point, you want to trail here, and obviously price hit your TP after, and that's your trade done. Your trade done. Yeah, you guys see that? That's your trade there. So it was pretty self-explanatory, right? We still had this respect. The 15-minute just rebalanced, and now we just go higher price, right? Targeting, also displacing this 4-hour Sibi. So you use this and you think to yourself, okay, so now we're just gonna go all the way up here now, targeting these equal highs. Because bro, once you see this, right, we displace once, displace twice, nope, we're going back up. And what did I say just at the beginning of this one that I showed you guys, this specific session? What did I say? This candle here, what did I say? I said we have bullish price action, but let's not marry it. And look what happens the next candle. This is like the 1 minute candle we just saw. Like bro, like literally this 1 minute candle here, this one right here, 9:49, and this 4-hour candle here, literally the same thing. So candles like that show you a strong rebalance. So the main thing to focus on is watching how each candle is acting within each PD area and waiting for closure to get confirmation. Correct. Yes. We don't want to pattern trade those candles there. Any questions? Do I have you see your wicks? Yes, I do. Especially when what just happened there. Well, we entered. If we entered again, um, if you entered again, it's still respect to see your wick and never hit your stop loss. Yeah. How did you find the bias? Can you explain real quick? Yeah. So bias for this one main reason why my bias is bullish is because we inverse this new day opening gap, right? We did come lower, but we never showed any displacement of this 4-hour BC as well, by the way. Yeah. And then when we formed this before market open, right? This is 2 a.m. It's London. This candle here, yeah, this candle here is very strong because we rebalanced all the way low. So at this point in time, this candle was literally a big white candle going down with no wicks. And then towards like when market opened, we completely flipped that and we came all the way up here, and then 10 a.m. opened here and we closed up here. Strongly within the Sibi, right? We tapped the Sibi once, we came lower, we said nope, going right back up, and we close here. So at this point, you know 10 a.m. is going to bump, which it did right here. Bang. See? So yeah, and then obviously, if your bias is still mixed when market opened, which is market opened here, right? What did market open? As soon as it opened, what did it do? It just went up. It literally just went up. Do you understand? So market just opened and went up. Just went up. So this BISI is getting respected, and then obviously this rebalance candle was nice. You could enter off that rebalance candle, disrespect of the Sibi. So you could enter off here as well, or here, but then your stops have to go here, and then you'll still have your 50 points. Yeah, so that's bias. So once you get your bias aligned with your lower time frame, I promise you, you're good to go. You'll win like 70% of the time. The only days where it's harder to catch trades is when price is choppy and difficult to read. So that's when people that trade only 30, 40, 20 points can have a really high win rate. Even if price is moving choppy, they still get a dub. Bro, go to next day open. Bro, next day open. Next day open. Next New York session. Next session. Next session? Your mom's session, bro. Where's the next session, man? Next day open. Next day open. Next day open. Thank you. Why is it so slow? I know it's not me that's bugging out. It's like everyone else saying the same thing. Okay. Um. So my bias was down here. Look what happened. Price rates those flipping equal highs. So this is when Trump announced the tariff 90 days thing. So we moved like 1.2k points in like an hour. Oh, I said 1.2k points, 2.2k points. So at this point in time, it's not even good to recommend it to trade because each candle is like 75 points, right? So that's why it's not accurate. Okay. So we displaced so high up, so I'm assuming we're bearish because we need to fill this rebalance, right? So yeah, let's set market open. Bang. Okay, market opens. I don't know what this is showing me. Okay, I'm not even gonna bother with this. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's pretend that's market open, right? So okay, we have this low here. Where's that low on the 1 minute? This is the 1 minute. Okay, pretend EF doesn't exist. Okay, so we have the low here. Let's see what price does at this low. Okay, this is very strong indication price is bearish. Why? We probably have an SMT here. Do we? No, we don't. We don't. But this, what does this mean, right? Okay, so at first we edged it, right? We edged this low. Now, whenever you edge lows, it's more than likely going to go to it's just generating liquidity. But don't like use that as a confluence though, because you want to wait. So obviously, then we have this low here, which eventually took out this low. Very nice. No, it didn't. Sorry, this low took out. So we edged it twice. Now this low took out. Now the way this candle closes on the 5, because it just opened, clearly wants this low here as well. Yeah, so we're clearly flooding, right? Look at these 15-minute wicks. What does this mean? Yes, it's manipulating upwards. But it doesn't mean price will go up because look what price is actually showing me. It's just a rebalance wick. These are such nice wicks where price is telling me, yes, we're going lower, right? So this is my target, and you could target like this here as well, but the points is going to be crazy. So yeah, let's just wait. So let's just wait for price to close below these lows and we're good, right? So next candle open. But macro hasn't opened yet, boom. So you could take this premature macro entry here and we'll get your 50 points in like 30 seconds, almost 30 seconds. But we wait for macro, right? So now we close below this low. Let's see if we close below that low as well. Okay, we wait. We wait. Now macro is opened in a minute. One sec. Let's go to macro open. Okay, macro is opened here. We are not bullish. We aren't bullish. Do not marry a bullish bias just yet. Yes, we've set this low. Doesn't mean we're bullish. Does not mean we're bullish. Doesn't mean we're bullish. We still have this PXL range right here, right? And we have the SIBI, which may not get tapped though. So let's wait. Bang. See what I'm saying? Just wait. Okay, SIBI got tapped. Let's see if they get inversed. Okay, inverse. Okay. Now we wait. We wait. Enough price action to be bullish. And you don't want to be bullish in an area where look how high up we are. Why do you want to be bullish? There's no point unless you catch this advanced order block entry right here, and you see this candle closing like that, and then you put your stops below this wick, manipulation wick. You could do that, but that's advanced. And obviously, if you're comfortable taking these type of trades and target that, go ahead. You would get a negative risk to reward, or maybe you can target that, but go ahead. You know, it's not a problem. But me personally, I just like to trade along with the high time frame. So let's wait. Let's wait. So this SIBI got inversed. Let's wait. It's nothing much for me personally. I wouldn't be bearish, and I'm not gonna. Okay, wow, that wick's crazy. This wick at this moment in time, the 5 minute has rebalanced as well lower. So this order block now is areas that price may want to go higher. But I'm waiting to see how this candle closes. We've got 10 more seconds. Bang. Okay, that's clean as hell. Okay. What did price do? Fill this busy and close all the way up here. Now at this point, you can't enter right now. You generally can't. You missed the move, right? So if you're really bullish, you don't want to do this. You don't want to have 100 points stop. Because then price could do that in literally a minute. Do you understand? So you don't wanna enter like that, right? So let's see what price does. So we have this wick that we swept on ES but not S or not NQ. So let's just wait. Okay, now we're wicking within this BISI a lot. Let's see what this next candle does. Wait. Okay. One more candle, bang, we just place through it. You could market execute right now. When it starts above this high, me personally, I'm waiting one or two more candles just to get more accurate entry and prevent any drawdown like that. So I'm waiting. Now at this point, I'll probably enter like that. But you could put stops above here or here because now we're respecting this order block. Okay, obviously I didn't wait for candle close again because backtesting, but that candle close like that. And you could target this internal low here, which is 51 points. So external low. But you know this is going to flood. We just disrespect the SIBI right now. So even if I enter now, we enter two. Even if I enter now, we know it's still going to flood, right? Why is this going to flood? We just waited for manipulation. We literally just waited for manipulation, which was this, and now the SIBI got inverse, and it's just going to flood, right? Yeah? That's a very nice entry as well at 10 a.m. PXL, bang. I should close right now. So let me close right now just to, because my 50 points got met already, right? And I even got a later entry like that. Oh, that's crazy. So I'm not gonna close actually. That's bad. Bang. See what I'm saying? Look at that. Look at. Boy, let me get rid of this. Look at this, bro. 10 a.m. Very nice candle. 10 a.m. matches with the 5 and the 15. Look at this 15. Look at the accuracy with this wick. Very nice and clean. So you could enter as soon as 10 a.m. does that. Put stops above here where the entry is, and you could go there. But you know it's gonna flood now. Yeah. Will it flood? Yeah, but at this point I should close. I don't know why I didn't close. Let me close now because my trade should be done that time ago. Yeah, the stats aren't accurate, but this should flood. Yeah, you guys see that? You would hold for a bit more chops, but let's see instead of 10 a.m. your stop loss did not get hit, right? So your stop loss did not get hit. You just had to go through some chops, and we eventually took out this internal low, and then you could close there. Yeah, you guys see that? Yeah. I was saying is watching someone play Call of Duty. I think it's because we're in the UK. Yeah, it is. Save this. Oh, I need to press save. Okay, I'll press it now. Refresh. Okay, if you're in accumulation, you're seeing way bigger wicks on one side of prices. That told that we are rebalancing on the lower time frame, and there's a high probability that we just placed in the opposite direction. Yes, but narrative is very, very important. Very, very important. If your narrative is not important, it won't work. Because just because we're wicking to one side doesn't mean it's going to hold. I've seen one sec. What's one Mahaba that eats the most into your profit? Holding it for too long. The manipulation. So, I've got two questions about manipulation. The manipulation there was no manipulation other than these strong wicks, but once you see this series, this whole leg actually, bro, what? There was no 1 minute manipulation, but this whole rebalance here was manipulation. We didn't have to take out a high. We formed an SMT though. You guys see that? I'm hovering over it. And then if you want clarification that this SMT is holding, is this wick here. And then once we see the inverse, we have SMT, which is a manipulation. We have this Bissy to hold, see if we disrespect. We tap into Bissy once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Come on, you know what price is doing. Manipulating to one side, mean we're going to dump. Entry here would have been fine. Entry here would have been fine. Entry here would have been fine. Entry here would have been fine as well. Your entry would have been fine until we hit 10 a.m. That's the last time you can enter. And then from then on, you just have to target less points. Right? But I want to see if that 10 a.m. entry would have held for a bit more points as well. But you don't want to hold through the chops because that's how price eats your profits, right? Because look, bang. So you would have so many times to enter, and if you're advanced, you would enter off this wick here, right? Rebalance wick, assuming price will then displace through this BISI. One, because this BISI is the only thing holding price to go higher. Literally the only thing. And once that gets inverse, what the hell was next? Like generally, look on the higher time frame. What is next? Someone tell me what is next. Nothing. There's literally nothing else that's next other than this BISI. And once you really are confident that this gets inverse, then you can just execute as soon as price opens. Put your stops above here or here and then troll. Yeah. So the manipulation leg was mainly this retrace here, forming SMT with this wick here, which I'll mark out just so you guys can see. There. Yeah. Doesn't show me there, but there's an SMT there. You guys can see 939. SMT. So SMT's aftermarket open are strong as well. And then we dump, rebalance wick, anticipating this BC to get disrespected. You have like 4 minutes to enter. Yes, you'll get a later entry as the worst entry as you enter late. That's common sense, but the final entry is probably 58, 59, and 10 a.m. Yeah, that's this example. What's no, because both high time frame rebalance was a minute. Yes. Yes, yo, I think Erase wants you to say, oh, I keep save, split, screen, save. Thank you, Erase. Okay, next day. Bismillah, please work. Thank you. Okay, cool. Cool. 4 hour. Again, we're in this Trump Bissy. Let me read the drawings. We're in the Trump Bissy. Not anticipating bearish or bullish price action. I want to see what market open does. My bearish is now mixed. But look, we're just accumulating. Like days like these, bro, it's not easy to catch trades. Do you understand? It's always easy to catch trades once it breaks out these ranges. But yes, these cells worked when we entered. Look how much it dumped eventually. But here, we're here. Okay, let's see what our price does. So we're gonna catch a scalp. We're not gonna go too much. Yeah. Market opens. We just place lower. We take out this low. Nothing much. Yeah, if we just place lower, then we're bearish, right? Because we have the idea that we take out this low, go higher, but then we come lower again. That means we're clearly bearish. We're not going to go higher again after that. So let's see if we come lower. We did, but we didn't displace. We wicked. Wicks, a lot of wicks, lots of wicks, lots of wicks. Look at that. This is why you wait for micro open, bro. This is just absolute horror. 30, is that 38? Okay, 39. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay. Um, there was entry at 41, but that's too early. So this 5 minute wick is very, very, very strong. This wick here, 100 point wick, bro. That's literally like double what we're supposed to target. So obviously Trump was going crazy. So yeah, at this point in time, I want to see this PXH already got entered. So this entry is pretty nice to enter, but there's no rebalance, and your stop can be very confusing because we have this busy down here, and you could get stopped out. I mean, that's your target, 50 points. You could do that. You generally could do that, but I'm waiting for a nicer rebalance entry. So we wait. We have lots of wicks that's going to the downside. We just wait. Nothing much. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. opens. Okay, we're still in this busy now. Let's see if this busy holds. No, nothing yet. This entry is nice, right? Because this busy held. We came lower and then we see this rebalance wick. You could enter like this. And look at what next candle does. You understand? So this was a nice entry. We respected 50% of this order block. Right there, bank CE, and you would enter and then target your 50 points, which is there. This entry was also good here. So this is for first entry. For shorts, you can enter paper. My bias is bullish, and it's your second entry here. But it's quite late, the second entry. But yeah, that's your 50 points though. So this day, it's tricky, like I said, because this whole day is chops. Look what we're doing. Technically, but actually deep it. This is literally what we're dealing with, right? We're dealing with this. No displacement like that across these highs or external lows or highs. Do you understand? Because we're dealing with just chops. So whenever you see the higher time frame on the 5, 15, anything where price is like this, which has been basically the whole of May, you want to get in and get out. Yeah? Price like this, you want to wait. You want to wait for the breakout, which you finally got literally last week, Friday, I think, with those mad dumps and PM just before PM. So yeah, that's today's trade. So you either enter off displacement above this candle, but the reason why I would say enter off without having to worry about rebalance is because this disrespect, which you're watching, right? Now, this candle, alongside this candle, it got turtle souped. So you're expecting price to come lower, at least a little bit. Price comes, opens, comes lower. This is how low it goes higher, closes there. It gave you a nice entry to enter bang right there. Stops below this wick. It's annoying that SBC didn't get taps obviously until later because you're expecting this to be like a breakaway gap. So you could put stops below this wick here, and you target 50 points, which is there, right? And if you really wanted to be greedy, you can target these like little wicks here, but you can't target this high. Just take your 50 points because you don't want to deal with this. Bro, it's 100 points, bro. You'll be good to go after that. So do you guys have any questions about that entry there? OB without manip, do you always enter off displacement? Oh no, manip OB still valuable. Why did I have a bearish bias? The day before I had a bearish bias because of when we swept. Let me just quickly zoom out. When we swept this low here, or was it which one? Which low was it? When we swept this? Where was it, bro? Yeah. When we swept this low here, we came up, then rebalanced lower again, telling us that price is coming lower after sweeping this low. We swept it, came up, and completely came back down again, meaning that this low is not enough to sweep. Yeah, let me answer that other questions now. So it's OB without manipulation. This one, technically yes, but that's not an entry you want to go for. The entry's here. The entry's here. And this one, there is manipulation. This is the manipulation on here. It's just filling this busy. It's error here. But forget manipulation, forget OB. It's the way the candle closes. This is the rebalance candle. This when you see this candle close like that, we're respecting the CE and we close up here, so you could enter there, stops below this wick or stops below this wick. And this next candle gave you a TP straight away. You guys understand that? I always went, yeah, sometimes I enter on the placement. I know a bit OB still valuable in general. Yeah, you guys see what I'm talking about? Yeah? So we still fill 50, you can just tell that's 50. And then it's the way the candle closed, which is what my point is. Not because there's no manipulation, it's the way the candle closes. Do you understand? That's what's more important to me personally. You don't want to like mechanically trade OBs and say there's no manipulation with the OB while we're trading, you know? It's more about the way the candle closed, what the price filled, and what the bias is as well. Because this is just chops right yeah, so eventually sold off, but the best trade for the day is this displacement candle. Longs for here, stops for like there, and then target 50 points, yeah? I'm starting to remember these days now a little bit, so I'm gonna get the hang of it. Okay, so once again, today is a Monday, I think. Okay, so we're good. What we're seeing, price just displacing higher. Okay, we have this high here, which is very nice. Yeah, you guys see this high here. Right, we've taken this high out already. Now let's see if price is anticipating a reversal. Yeah, yes, took out the high time ago, but let's see if price is anticipating a reversal. Yeah. So market opens bang. Okay, so we dump lower. Damn, this candle's crazy. So we are anticipating the reversal right now, after obviously sweeping this high. Let's wait. Okay, wow, we're just dumping. Let's wait for macro open. That's well, how many points is that? What the flip? Whoa, was this actually what we were trading? That's actually mad. Okay, so clearly, bro, this 4 hours was mad bearish. I guess we're just targeting that new day opening gap again, I guess. So we're gonna be bearish right now. For now, we have taken out majority of the lows so far, so we're not gonna marry it just yet. Let's wait for macro open candle. Yeah, so we're going to 10-second, go on the 5 and the 1. At this point, we select above all these lows. We select all these lows. Doesn't mean we PXL off those lows. Don't mark out each PXL and wait for price to go within them. Just let these candles show you what price wants to do instead of those PXLs. Yeah. Obviously mark out. So we basically tapped in all three of them, right? So this 5 minute candle's opened. No, it hasn't, right? Which one's? When's macro? Oh, one macro. So one more minute. Okay, now it's opened. Yeah, now it's open. So now we've opened like that. This could be bullish, by the way. But let's see if price shows me internally that we sweep this low, but then we still go lower by rebalancing around. Yeah? So we wait. We have the SIBI here. We tap the SIBI once. Next candle prints bearish candles. Let's see if that's confirmation that we go lower. Okay, now you can enter off displacement, but this could also be internal manipulation. So at this point in time, it's not worth entering off displacement. Because if you enter now, I promise you, you're more than likely going to get stopped out than price going lower. Because this seems too bait for me to enter. Unless you enter up here, you're good, but and target is low. But for me personally, I feel like you just get stopped. Yeah, see, and then bang, you get stopped. So yeah, and just wait for price to show you because macro just opened a few minutes ago, right? It opened here, so it's been like 3 minutes. Let's just wait for price to give us proper manipulation of the time maybe. And if you close above this high, we're anticipating this CB to get disrespected and we can target higher price. Yeah, let's see. Okay, we take out the high. Let's see if we close above. Not really. Not really again. Not really again. Okay. Okay, now, disrespect the Sibi. I need a bit more for me to work with, and then I'll enter shorts. So I'm waiting. See? Not enough for me. Not enough for me. We haven't got displacement to go lower. We've just retested this area to go higher. So now, we've tapped the Sibi once, came lower. Tapped the Sibi twice, also sweeping this high, came lower. But this candle said, nope, brand new. We're going here. Respecting this BC on ES as well. Yeah? Okay. Very nice bullish candle to enter off. What did price just do? You guys saw that, right? We open, we came low, rebalance, go higher. So this is a nice entry. Target this internal high, but you could go higher. So here, but I'm going to target this internal high for them. It's pretty good. See if price respects that though. Chop work. Holy chop work, bro. What is this chops? Okay. I mean, I guess it eventually hold because my stop loss was correct, right? This is the manipulation candle. You just have to hold for a lot of chops, and the stop's 80 points because of Trump season. But the trade eventually paid out, and it's a negative risk to reward. It's actually so bad because the Trump really ruined it. So that's like a normal. On a normal day, this would have worked, right? It just came down one more time to retest, and then obviously you take out, and it goes higher, all right? So really and truly, the entry that I had was pretty good, but the actual proper entry for the day, generally, there's not much to work with. I'm not gonna lie. Generally, I mean, you could wait for 10 a.m. open, then price coming lower, forming an SMT with this wick, and then you can enter off this. That's what price went higher for. So we did get lucky here with this SMT low. You could wait for that, but other than that, it was a lot to work with, and I guess eventually this internal high got taken out. So your stop, my stop was fine, or just negative risk to reward. Yeah, we do need Joe Biden back. It's actually so long. So yeah, you guys see that? Next day. Can you just listen, bro? How many days we got left? Okay, we're not even halfway through yet. Let me get quicker. So that trade was decent because my stop was correct. So if you see your stop being really big, but you want the trade to play out, just just what's it called? Risk less, yeah? Bro, why is it actually so AIDS? It's genuinely AIDS, bro. What's actually worse than this? What's worse than clicking two buttons and expecting paying $30 a month for this, yeah? Let's just fix it. At least I can press save now thanks to Oasis. Let me just wait for it to come up. Split. Oh, that's so useful. Thank you. But let me just. Oh wait, everything's saved. Oh, that's great. Okay, cool. That's actually amazing. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So we see this 4 hour. Lots of wicks to the one side filling this. This wick is telling we're bullish, just alone from the wick itself. Forget everything behind it. Forget all this. This wick alone is telling we're bullish, but we're not going to marry that just yet. We're just going to wait. Right? We're going to wait. Let market open. What time frame? 6 minutes time frame. Let me do that. Okay, let market open. We're going 1 minute. And let's wait for 45. So bang. Market macros open there. We have this. Why do I feel like I've gone through the same thing before? But I feel like I've gone through this entry before. But anyways, we have this PXH. So we have had this high, we just placed through it, we came into this area, and now we've swept this low. So let's see if this respects the idea of bullish. Bang, so you could enter off this off here, stops below here. So this could be a potential first entry. Just straight off the bat. Right? You guys see that? Everything's there aligned for me. It's a bit of a rush setup right now. So everything's there aligned. You could do this and then target that high, which is obviously there. So once again, it's a negative risk to reward, so you could target higher. But this trade may not work out because I just kind of rushed it. Okay, bang. That's the high taken out. So let's say you missed this trade. Let's say you did miss this trade, and once that high got taken out, you want to see how it reacts off this high. So we wait. Yeah, let's just wait, right? Let's just wait. So we take out that high. We're not showing bearish price action just yet. We have this PXH. We respect it. We wait. Just wait. Okay, now this candle here is very nice as well. What's this candle doing? Rebalance wick again. Enter there. Stops below there. We could go higher now. Well, you got stops. Never mind. Just wait. Okay, so after price took out this wick high, we wanted to go lower. So I guess the entry that I took first was decent. I didn't wait for candle close, that's why. Okay, so now we're showing bearish price action for now, but it's not enough for me to enter shorts just yet. So the only entry from there was off this PXH entry, then manipulation. You can enter off that, right? You could do that from here on out. Just a bunch of chops. I mean, there's an entry here maybe. Yeah, it's entry there, but it's just a bunch of chops, bro. After swept the high, it just chopped too much. There's entries here for this SMT. If you guys see that entry there, and there's dots. This rebalance candle here. You could go there, target that high. But overall, I already took the trade, which was this one here. But yeah, it eventually went higher as well. So yeah, that's a pretty decent day, but yeah, it's decent. April's very difficult, by the way. It's actually a very difficult month. April and May, to be honest. Now we're going to do this again. I'll just refresh. So any questions? That was more of a PXH internal manipulation than enter. That's what it was. Oh, the save is so useful. Flipping out. Okay. Next day again, the high time frame. We're just forming so many gaps. It's just very difficult these days. So we disrespect this busy. 15-minute time frame. We're in this busy. But let's wait for macro market to open. So boom, we open. Let's go to macro open, which is in 3, 2, 1. One more candle. Bang. Cool. So we fill this bit of Sibi, and we're still in this busy. So we're in mixed fair value gaps. So we just wait for displacement for it to tell us. Yeah. So if you want to see some, oh yeah, by the way, during the Trump season, this was very strong. These type of candles where we form an OB, but instead of respecting 50% of it, we would completely sweep it and go higher. So now you'll see price going higher, which we did eventually respect the Sibi. So yeah, let's go in 10 seconds. So we respect the Sibi. This draw is clearly the draw, right? So let's see how this candle closes. Okay, bang. So that was a nice entry here. Why? We had this PXL, sorry. This Sibi got respected very nicely. Because look, this Sibi in one candle came up, wicked and closed here. So from that alone, it's not like the candle came and then closed here. A candle literally closed. The bar, well, yeah, the bar was longer than the wick. So think about that, right? The bar was longer than the wick. So you could enter off there, stops above this wick, and you could target, just average 50 points. And now price is actually moving a bit decent now. Target average 50 points and you will get smacked. Bang, see? So that was your first entry here, right? But let's say you missed that. There was the PXH entry here, rebalance there, and you could enter there, stops above there, and you'll probably go lower. See that? The PXL got retested. So once you enter off this PXL, right? So let's say you entered off this PXL here and you just see price respecting it. You see that you missed it, you'd enter off here, but you would pick your stops above here or generally put above here. Over here is kind of risky because look, you got stopped to the tick. So over here is good, and then you'll trail and you target your 50 again. There. You got edged by a point, but let's see if price eventually goes there. That's so sad if you actually get edged. Oh, that's so sad. Did something get taken out? Oh, it's this low. And did it from an SMT? Yes, that's why. Okay, so from an SMT. So you'll target that low anyways. But yeah, the initial entry was here, right? Sorry, here. So this was not nothing to overcomplicate. You don't want to expect internal manipulation every single time you see a fair value gap, right? It's just the way price enters and closes within it is what makes it so important. So this candle here, which I'll show you guys properly, it's a total of 40-point candle, and literally only 15 of it was the wick and 25 of it was the body. So the body was stronger, basically telling you that price wants to go lower. So there's nothing wrong with doing this. Nothing wrong with doing this. And if you're scared price may internally manipulate, you could put your stops above this wick high. But it's just a large stop loss. Do you understand? So you obviously trust as soon as price goes low. So that's that trade. You guys see that? Yeah. You guys see that? Perfect. Cool. I'm not taking. Wait, did you say kinda? I'm not taking. Kinda. What do you mean kinda? Ask me questions. What is a confirmation again? This literally just this Sibi respect here, and also we know this Bissy gets disrespected because we're in it so much, and this Sibi respect as well. It's just playing with them, fair value gaps. It's just playing with the fair value gaps, right? That's literally what it is. But main reason was this one here. When you see price, uh, enter this literally Sibi here, come up, close here. It's okay to enter there and put your stops about there, and then your target at 50. Yeah, cool. Maybe if I click it once, it'll work. No, it doesn't work. I'll just refresh. Cool. People are dipping because it's been like, how long has it been, bro? It's been a long time, so it makes sense why people are dipping because it's actually kind of long. What the hell is going on? Why is it doing that? Oh, that's weird. Hold up. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. Cool. Next day, once again, we zoom out 4 hour. We are showing bearish price action, but we're not going to anticipate that. We're just going low on a high time frame trend. Yeah, so let's just wait for market to open. I just want to finish the month, then we'll go. It's 17th, cool. So we market opens, we displace through this low here, right? We see that. Wait for macro to open, which is bang. Okay, so macro's opened. We completely displaced through this low. These wicks are nice to target. On ES, same thing here. So we have a reason to short. ES is in a BISI right now. NQ has displaced really nicely and kind of displaced through the BISI as well. But one more candle be perfect, right? Also, this is manipulation. This wick here. We took out these wicks and came lower. Yeah, so let's wait one more candle. Bang. So now that's 10 seconds. Let's just wait. Not enough just yet. Because we're just taking out the low now. We formed SMT. So now we formed SMT. I'm anticipating price to go higher. And there we go. There we go. So you could enter off displacement here. So initially, the first entry was this disrespect of this Sibi. Because what happened, right? We tapped it once. So look, this is what this candle did right here. This candle at 43. This candle here came in this BISI, decided to say, okay, let's go up. They said, no, we're going right back down again, close there. That's what that candle did. That's literally what that candle did. Or even better, it literally opened up, came up here, and closed right there. So you know this next candle is going to dump. So you just enter, stops above this candle here, and you'll target your 50 or just internal low here. Which just makes sense, right? Because now price from the SMT with it. But the bear entry was these longs right now. Because the SMT is holding very nicely. So this SMT is holding. You're anticipating this 5 minute CB to get disrespected. You could target this wick high. But let's just see what price does. Yeah. Very nice rebalance, by the way, here. Then bang, that's 40 points. So 50 points has been basically edged. But let's see if price hit. That's actually so funny. Why is the 50 points getting edged so much? Your 50 points got met basically there. Yeah. But now price is just because the reason why it's dumping because it formed an SMT with this high here. Yeah. So once you see an SMT like that, it's okay to close because we're still in this 5 minute BISI. Sorry, Sibi. And we are closing bearish now. But it's probably going to rebalance and go higher like that. See? And then you see price eventually going higher. So I just want to manipulate a bit more. Or maybe a bit more like that for the third time. Damn. Okay. And then price. No. Okay. So that was the entry there for displacement. Here. And maybe seeing this inverse get inversed again off this SMT, you could enter here, even here. Because what's this? It's the BISI refill imbalance, rebalance. Yeah, it's the BISI rebalance. That's what someone teaches, right? So when this candle opened, right, it opened here. So at this point we have a BISI. It came in, rebalance, could enter there, stops below there. But if you want to wait for displacement, you could just enter there and target 50 points, which wicked up there, and then price from the SMT. Exactly. So that's why you just target 50 points. I'm glad people are learning. I just hope I'm doing something correct because I feel like I'm not doing something right. I don't know why. I hope I'm actually like you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. But it just feels like it's not as easy when it goes to actually live. When I'm doing it on the live, it's easier. when backtesting. It made me realize we cannot pattern trade long ass wicks. It made sure respect to go high low, but narrative stop. Exactly, exactly. Okay, okay. I think it's just all like okay. I'm actually okay. I'm glad you guys are watching this because I just feel like you guys are seeing my thought process, right? Because there's different types of experienced traders, right? So there's traders that would enter off this rebalance and SMT trusting that, but then there's traders that will wait for displacement, and then obviously here you could enter off displacement here. But whenever you enter displacement, you gotta make sure that your bias and narrative is correct. So if this was not an SMT, this may have just total sweep to my lower. So this was a nice entry here, which was a bit just at macro. But then obviously the 15-minute came and it came higher and then it came like higher. Now we're gonna go lower again because now unless SMT wants to hold, but now it's obviously past macro. Yeah, so this SMT is clearly wanting to hold. Okay, never mind. Yeah, now it finally takes it out. So yeah, so it's just a choppy day, but the longs were nice. Yeah. Okay, next day. I haven't actually taken any trades, but you guys will see what I'm talking about. This is a bunch of gaps again. This is yeah, this is next. That's I think that's oops. I think that's Sunday. That's why. So next day again. Okay, next day. Right, again, same similar story. What do we do first? 4 hour. We mark out the highs and lows, right? So we have this low that we swept, these lows, and we clearly want to go lower, right? ES, any SMTs? No. Okay, so now we just wait. This can still be bullish after sweeping this low. Just saying. Just saying, because market can do whatever it wants, right? So let's change it to 1 minute and then we'll just lock that in. Cool. So we have this high, these equal lows. We came up, now we're coming up higher, so this can go higher. Bang. Does that. Does exactly what I just said. So we have swept it and we have dumped a lot on ES. So now we're not correlated. So we're not correlated, just wait. It's a Monday as well, so we don't want to just force trades. Okay, so now we're dumping now. So ES is a lean index. Okay, now we've just completely melted. So let's see if we close below these wick lows here. So we have 7 minutes left. Yes, let's wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have we closed below those lows? We'll go on 10 seconds, see what the next candle does. Technically, we haven't, but this next candle, obviously, which is macro open, is going to tell us that. Yes, at this point in time, there's nothing to work with to reverse. If you think the CEO of this week will make us reverse, we already tapped it. There's absolutely nothing that we can work with. Nothing. And macro just opened. So I'm expecting this candle to completely dump. If not, we can then respect, I don't know, just this area here. It's just like a wick. But we don't want to obviously rush trade. So let's just wait. We can just wait for PXL. Bang. Okay, so we've taken that low out. Let's see for PXL. Nothing yet. Okay, so now at this point, a very nice and easy bearish day. So whenever you don't get PXL like right now, a way to get an even easier day instead of having to rely on PXL is when price sweeps a high or low like that, like this, total sweeps it, comes up, rebalances, and then comes lower again, disrespecting the total sweep idea. But we're respecting the total sweep right now, so we are going higher. It's currently 49, so one more candle for 50. Bang, 50, so it's the next 5 minute candle, so that's my eyes on that. What we're seeing, just a total sweep right now, really and truly. 1 hour looks pretty bullish now as well, but let's just wait. And we also took out this wick low here as well, just to make sure people can see that we took out this wick low as well. So let's just keep an eye on what price wants to do. So right now, I think personally with me, I don't see any entries right now. So let's just wait. Okay, what did I just mention? Yeah. So an easier day than PXL or PXH is when price total sweeps the wick high or wick low, shows a reaction, rebalances within the range, and disrespect the idea. Now, advanced traders would enter right now for shorts. Why? Because we just wicked in this area, and I think this is also equilibrium that we're respecting for a long time. If I can just grab that. Bang. So we wicked in equilibrium like 3 times. So let's just wait one more candle to see if this BISI is going to hold. Let's see how this candle opens, by the way. So now at this point in time, I'm leaning towards bearish because the only thing that's holding this whole bullish idea of this fair value gap. So let's see how these candles are tapping in this BISI already. This is the second candle that's tapped into this BISI. Let's see how it holds. So let me go in 1 second just to make it proper clear. Alright, so this candle's opened. At this point in time, we've tapped the BISI And we went higher, now we're coming back down way lower, so we wait. We wait. There's still 13 seconds left. Do not rush the entry now. There's still 10 seconds left. We can completely flip in 2 seconds. Okay, one, bang. We closed there. What does that mean? We're bearish. So let's wait one more candle. Maybe price wants to do something like this, where it just comes up a bit and then just retests this area and then goes lower. It's gonna be great. Oops. Bro, which can be great, but let's just wait for this candle to open. Okay. We came lower, filled the BISI fully. Let's see what this candle, how this candle closed. We have 45 seconds left. Let's see what it does. Bang. That, at this point in time, we've now completely disrespected the idea that price is bullish. The only thing that can take you out now is you know waiting for candle to close. But it depends on the context. There's nothing else for price to react off of for us to go higher. Yeah. So I'm willing to press shorts here. And if you're not confident just yet, and you may think price can respect this BISI, then wait for this candle to close. And also you have to look at this as well. What's ES done already? ES completely closed below now. So let's wait for price to. I'll go in 10 seconds now. Target your 50 points. So now this internal low is definitely going to get swept. Target your 50 points. Keep an eye on how price sweeps this external low. Sorry, keep an eye on it. Don't just let price run and get addicted to the P&L, because then we could form an SMT here. So let's see what price does. Okay, that's our first. So now we form the SMT now. At this point, you're just watching price. Do not fall from the SMT, because there's no point forming the SMT now. What's the point? We formed our turtle soup. We should reverse from that. Why are we forming the SMT now to form that? So you understand? So let's wait for 50 points. Bank now rebalance wick. Same idea here. We did it here off the wick, off basically this little PXH area, but it's cool. Okay, now we've taken out this low, so now the SMT has been disrespected. ES is about to flood. Whenever you see this, like, you just know it's going to flood. It's just these wicks are trying to stop out the sellers by being manipulative as much as possible, but you're about to flood, right? So now it's a Monday as well, so you can get your nice 50 blood clot points. Yeah? You guys see that? So I'm going to close now for my 50 points. I only made 1k, even as 1 mini. That's cool though. You guys see that? Yeah? That'll be manipulation times the key and price manipulate won't hold, right? Yes, exactly. So the wick that would rebalance, right? Of course we said, yes, exactly. Rinse and repeat. So yeah, look, I've been saying this since yesterday as well. What's the word? Manipulation to one side and also on continuation is when it matches together, it's so clean. Yeah, you guys see that? That's a 50 points. Someone like Kartik enters with 3 minis. Bro, what's that? Like 3 minis and 50 points. That's like 3k trade. And if you want to be cheeky, you can hold a bit more. Yeah. What I would do on this day, right? Because let's say you want to target a bit more on higher time frame days where you can see the higher time frame is readable, right? Because we set this low and we're going lower. You could target this low here, but as you're targeting this low, do not, like, you have to trade your stop loss. You have to. And the worst to trade your stop loss at this point right now, right now I'm at break even, right? Every candle wick. So let's say we're targeting this low, right? Which is also a mad 150 points. Let's just say though, let's just say you want to trail. So every candle right now is bearish, it's clean. So as price is moving, we just expect this PXH, you're putting your candle stop loss here. Until you see like this candle, you're bringing it up till here. And you just keep trailing. So at least you get some more, at least you get more than 50 points as well. And if you're willing to hold, you hold. So now at this point, my stop loss is now here. Because this wick has now rebalanced for me to go lower. My stop loss is now here. Let's see if it gets tapped. Nope, nothing there. Nothing there. Now I've moved my stop loss to this wick here. It's all, you have to read rebalance wicks. If you think your rebalance is correct, it will not go there again. This rebalance was correct, it will not go there again. This rebalance was correct, it will not go there again. This rebalance was correct, close bearish, it won't go again. This is literally about to dump and it's only 10:08. One. Okay, now your rebalance got top. Now you got stopped out here. So you got stopped out with still 100 points. You made double. But if you're obviously if you're truly like, okay, I'm still so confident and I'm on like an XFA and I can see this low getting taken out, go for it. But I recommend just trailing because I can't be asked to do all this, But it eventually got smacked there. See, so there you go. You guys see that? So on high time frame days, it's so easy to read. Yeah, don't let someone see this. Yeah, I'm not telling you guys to, what's the word? Hold for more than 50 points, but just better just to take it out at 50 points and pro if you want more. So why was that SMT invalidated? Because price rebalance and display slow? Yes. Narrative from SMT is nothing wrong. Exactly. It's also narrative. Because bro, forget. I'm just showing you guys the context on the 1 minute. If we just saw this SMT, was it these wicks? Was it those wicks? Whatever SMT it was. No, there was no SMT. Where was SMT? Let's just say this was SMT. We can't have a random SMT in the middle of bearish void, bro. Like there's generally nothing to work with. Absolutely nothing. Nothing to work with. When you see this, you just know you might as well just follow the trend. You don't want to be them traders that try to hop on a reversal and say, yeah, let's go higher now. Don't be dumb. Yeah. So if this was an SMT, let's just say it was. We need more than that. And I think we're talking about the day before. That's why. But it's all narrative. Narrative plus initial like internal time frame. Yeah, there was nothing to make it hold. That was narrative. I've seen a lot of people as soon as they see an internal SMT open, they throw everything aside and close the trade. That is also true. But so yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I know what he was talking about. He's talking about when we swept this low here at like 54, but then ES swept it at like 52. You can see an SMT. I know what you're talking about. The reason why people get panic and they close their trade because that's what the market wants to do. The market will try its absolute hardest to take your money, whether you're up a trade and take as much as it can from me, whether you're in drawdown or whatever. They panic and they say, SMT, let's close. Why are you closing? Why are you actually closing? If there was like an SMT with an external load, then yes, you can consider that. But at the end of the day, if you're so panicky about the SMT, and let's say ES, okay, NQ took out at 54 and ES took out at 52, and let's say you enter trade at 52, then you're just gonna have to firm that loss because if the SMT is truly true, it will go back to your stop loss, right? Because you entered here, right? Sorry, I entered there, right? You entered here. The SMT formed literally at 52. As soon as ES stopped the low, you entered. But I entered as well. Don't get scared of SMTs like that, especially when we're going higher as well. I see a lot of people pattern trading SMTs because they think price will reverse. No, it's only there to fool you. It's just a few wicks lower and that one's a few wicks higher, a few candles higher. Doesn't mean it's an SMT. An SMT that's valid is if it was on a 5 minute and it closed like that and then we'll go higher. But no. Same idea that I love on continuation days. We tell you this wick low. Okay, let's see if price wants to go higher. Nope, we rebalance up here, come lower, displace, close there. Bang, just enter there at 10 a.m. You can also catch a lovely 100-point move and bang target or hit. Yeah, you guys see that? 51 was optional entry, right? 51 for me personally, yeah. 51, 50, 52. 52 is better because this BC is still holding, but 51, 52 is perfect. Yes. Yeah, 100 as a bit different, but not bad at SMT. Exactly. Okay, no problem, bro. No problem. Okay, now how many days we got left? We're on 21st. So I think sure like one more week and then we're good. So April, the first half of April was difficult because of the Trump massive 90-day tariff pause. But after that, you can still adapt to markets and your strategy will still work, right? And look what happened. The TP that I took was so much lower and this price lower. Now we filled this BISI here because obviously this is all filled. Now this BISI has been filled, and this SIBI got disrespected. This SIBI got disrespected on the 4 hour. We wicked it once, wicked it twice. This rebalance candle retested it, and now we're going higher. This PXL, sorry, has got disrespected as well. So now let's just go on the 1 minute and let market open. Yeah, you guys see that? Bang, markets. So we have PXH above this high. Why is it uncorrelated? Is it correlated? Monday 21st. Okay, it needs to just move. I don't know why it's not. Okay, now it's just bugging out because it didn't move. Okay, that's fine. Who cares? We'll leave yes for now. Okay, so we macro opening in 22 minutes. 1, 2. Cool. We displaced so much higher. We closed above this high very, very nicely. All these liquidities are clearly the target, right? So at this point, price will move very, very, very quickly. So you want to again on the 1 minute rebalances. So let's just wait. Let's go on the 10-second. So now it's at 48, sorry. So 48, 49, 50. So that's not 50, sorry. Let me go on 49. Okay, that's 49. This is 49, right? This is 50, sorry. So now the 5 minutes opened. I want to see this 5 minute rebalance maybe into this BISI and then go higher, yeah? Okay. Not enough just yet. We just disrespected this BISI. Okay, now the 5 minute tapped this 5 minute gap. Now this candle is very, very nice. Why? This candle here. So you could enter like that. Stops below here. Very small risk, 22 points. And then you can target that. This is a very nice entry. Target 50 points because we're very, very bullish. Yeah, this is very nice. Why? We came in, tapped this BISI, then this wick came in, rebalanced 50% of the order block go higher. This you could wait for this candle to form, but if you're truly like, yeah, this is confident, you could just wait for it. Bang, you would get stopped out. Maybe once manipulation. Let's see if it holds though. Oh, your trade held. Why? Your stop loss was correct. Don't panic. It was holding. It was literally, it didn't touch it at all, unless your spread is really bad. But the trade still hold. If you just wanted to wait a bit more, which would have been way better, you wouldn't have to go through the stress. This candle here also showed the same thing. This candle right here, right? We wicked, close here. What does that tell you? Price will the next candle will go higher. It will go higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bear in mind, there's an SMT right now, yes. But I'm anticipating the SMT not to hold. Because look, like we're not showing any bearish structure, so we're gonna go higher. And I'm willing to offer my 50 points. Bang, 50 points there, yeah? You guys see that? Yes, we almost got stopped, but your stop loss manipulation candle was correct. And it just, this candle was way easier to enter on. So the optimal entry was 57 at the top there, stops below this wick candle, yeah? Why? Because the wick was the rebalance. Yeah? So I did go through a bit of drawdown, but we still got a lot to work with this still. But yeah, bro, I did like that wick there was probably the best place to enter off with the 57 wick. Yeah. What did I do? I waited for a proper rebalance. Why did I not enter off this BISI? It's too high of a premium. Whenever market wants to, if market wants to react off this BISI at the top, this candle would have closed bullish and would have been enough. It would have been enough. But no, it didn't. We tapped it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, then fully inversed it. Tapped this BISI, right? Tapped this BISI, chopped around, didn't get stopped because manipulation candle was this one. Wicked here, closed here, we pump higher. Yeah? That's what price did. You guys see that? Taking a signal GBM on. You know this language. Yeah, the stop can be crazy, but one thing you need to realize, if your stop loss is correct, you will never get stopped out. You will never get stopped out. If your trade idea is correct, you won't get stopped out. We could have got but I also said, oh yeah, we could get stopped out, but it didn't. We got edged. Yeah, but the best entry 57. That's why I say wait for candle closure. This candle close was nice, but it just wants to violate you and edge you a little bit and scare you, and then price eventually went higher. This candle close was perfect. So the longer the wick, right? So let me just draw this out for you. So okay, let me get rid of that. Let me just show you guys the candles, right? So if this candle is 1 minute candle, yeah, and then we have that, that's a nice one. But then when you see something like this, it's scaring the sellers, bro. Scaring the sellers. Why is it scaring the sellers? Because this candle at one point in time was like that. For bearishness, by the way. So I'll just draw like a little. It was like that. For sells. But then it completely went, nope, we all like you. And then just completely did that. Yeah, you guys see what I'm talking about. So that's why you wait for candle closure and you wait for rebalance candle. So this is a lovely candle. Candles like these are the best to deal with, bro. The best, absolute best. And that's what this candle did. And that's how you get these zero drawdown trades. Generally, traders use this, bro. That's how you get zero drawdown trades. Generally, that's how you get it, bro. It's so clean. So, so clean. It's not even candlestick patterns, just reading what price was doing to you, yeah. We still got a couple of days. I'm gonna go quicker now. I'm gonna go quicker now because we have been on this for a while. So we still got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and a couple more days. Come on, please just load for me. I'll just refresh. Well, I'm gonna go quicker now. We'll be done by like 15 minutes max. Yeah, so this is Wednesday. Cool. 4 hour, very nice and bullish. Very, very bullish. So let's assume we're bullish. 1 hour rebalance candle into this order block, very nice. 15, and then obviously 1 minute as well. 1 minute is, yeah, so we're more bullish than bearish because we just anticipated this to be very nicely. So let's wait for market to open and watch it just completely pump. There you go. So we pumped. Okay, so now we displaced lower now. So let's see what price does. What the bomber clock? How many points is that? Yeah, okay, we're going crazy today. Okay, this day is mad. This day is kind of mad. I don't know if there was news. There was no news. I don't know what this day is doing. So at this point in time, we're moving 150 points per candle. So you just have to wait. Yeah. Macro opens now. Macro open now. What price done? We go crazy high up. We respect this BISI. We're working within this BISI. We're clearly bullish. 45 is a nice entry, but I'm waiting. This is not enough for me personally. I want to see a PXH. Okay, we don't form a PXH. 952. There could be entries off this 10 a.m. candle. Um, why? Because these wicks are rebalancing lower and then closing higher. So you could enter off this buy and it stops below here. But me personally, it's a bit risky. I would go half risk on this. I'll go like half risk on this. Could do it there and try once we see some displacement. That's why. But obviously, I've skipped one candle too much because I'm on the 1 minute, and then bang. Also, there was news. There was news. Made sense. There was news. Okay, let's pretend we didn't take a trade. Now it's news. News opened. Okay, so news opened. Let's see what price does. So news opened. We take out these highs. We total sweep them. Okay, nothing yet. We want to see. We want to mark out the high and low of the news candle and see what the range is saying. Right now we're just stuck in a range. Right. We're more bullish than bearish, but we want to see some price. Now at this point it's 10:08, so at this point I wouldn't take a trade. So if you take those longs, but maybe the news candle stopped you out fast before going higher, but just don't take a trade. Look at this day, guys. Don't bother. Actually, don't bother. What's this, bro? It's AIDS. Next day. Yeah? It's because the day before moves so much. That's literally why. Whenever a day moves a lot, the next day will probably move slow. Just let you know that, guys, know. Whenever you see the daily candle very thick and that's mad. Whenever you see the daily candle very like strong towards one side, the next day may be weaker. Yeah, because that's how the market works. It's not volatile every single day. You will never see a setup every single day. Yeah, so 4 hour, pretty bullish. But let's just see what price does. We have this PXH here. Let's see market open. Okay, market opens there. Okay, so macro is now approaching and we've displaced higher. So the 15-minute candle is close up there. We've topped all these highs. ES as well. Rebalance book on the 15. Very nice. Taking out those highs as well. No SMT. Don't say this is an SMT. Do not like. I don't like it when people will say yes SMT. SMT will only work if we have internal structure for bearish bias. Yeah. So we're currently bullish. Let's wait for some rebalances because we haven't rebalanced once. So let's go on the 10 second. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So now it's at 49. We have this little BISI plus PXH. So this is a pretty nice entry. Just go for it, I think, right? Because on the 1 minute, we're not showing any type of displacement that we're going to go, I mean, rebalance, so we're going to go lower. So this is a nice one. What you don't want to do is get stopped out and this is like an internal low and it gets swept and then it goes higher. But this is a nice entry. That's 30 points, but let's target 50 because we're bad men like that. We'll target 50. So let's wait for 50. Oh. So that's a nice entry for them. And let's say you missed that entry, this candle here. This next candle gave you the same opportunity. And you can enter off here. Because what did price do? We took out these highs with this candle, turtle soup, right? We then opened, came lower, then said, nope, this turtle soup is not holding, close up there. But once you see that, you could enter here, put your stops below here, here, and if you want to be safe here, then start trailing. Yeah? But I entered off this displacement candle respecting this PXH and BISI. Because to me it was enough. Why? Because this 1 minute time frame, there was nothing, like no manipulation, nothing. So I'm expecting price just to be very strong in 1 minute. Bang. You guys see that? So you're saying wait for a low rebalance before calling it SMT? Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. Oof. Isn't it double manipulation of lows and highs? What do you mean? Or like here and here. This is because it's feeling the busy, and this is because it's manipulating to one side. And price is telling us we're going to go higher, we're just generating some liquidity and scaring the buyers that we're going to go lower. Like I said, the best type of continuation days is when we form, I'll draw this out for you guys, it's when we form a low, or let's say a low for now. We form a low, yeah, price, blah, blah, blah. This is a towel soup. We form higher, rebalance, then says, nope, this towel soup's getting respected. Bang. right? So this, let's just call this the turtle soup, yeah? We rebalance higher and say, nope, we don't like that turtle soup. We then enter off here, and if you're not enough, enter off these candles here, stops below, stops above this high or this high, and then you'll just catch the zero drawdown trades, bro. I'm telling you, bro, on a good day as well. And it's the same idea here, but just buys instead. Turtle soup, nope, bang. You understand? 2 hours, it's been 2 hours. No, previous day. Uh, was this more so the candle closure manip? It was more so candle closure. How? No, previous day. For the wait, let me see your question. Yeah, for previous day as well. Yeah. But same as well previous day. Yeah, 100%. It was as well. So yeah, next day we're almost done now. It's 24th, and I actually haven't taken any trades. But you guys have seen what's going on, right? The first half was bad. I just wish I took the trades. I don't know. I keep forgetting. The first half was bad, but the second half was good, and the RR is pretty decent. It wasn't even the first half. It was like the first week. Yeah. So let's go on the 25th now. Let's see. This 25th. Yeah, cool. Friday is there 10 a.m. news? It doesn't even tell me that. Look, it just goes straight back to Wednesday because I have to use Forex Factory, but I can't be able to open that. So 4 hour at this BC, swept those highs. Is there an SMT that we might have to consider? Nope. I am bullish, but we haven't got enough bullish structure to go higher, right? Because we can top around this range a lot more than normal. We do have this 1 hour SMT with 6 a.m. and obviously 9 a.m. You guys can see that, but let's see if it holds. Do you understand? So let's wait market to open. Bang. Okay, so let's go on. That's market opening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Market's open there. What have we seen? Okay, very important. There's like a PXH here that we've kind of inversed. We still have this BISI. So I'm still bullish. We have this BISI that's left. After this BISI, yes, I would love to sell. But there's nothing there right now. And this candle here is very, very strong. So let's wait. Uh, okay. Okay, that's now strong indication price wants to dump. Yeah, that's a very strong indication that price wants to dump. But I mean, you could end off this little rebalance like this. You could do that and then stops above here for now, and then you can try after. You could do that. The reason why is because we had this PXH, we invest it and use the exact same area to go lower, and you can just target this low here. You could do that. It's just the RR is bad, but in real time, we'd have a better RR and your stops could be adjustable. You could do that, right? But you're dealing with a drawdown. Like you're dealing with that. You have got 30 points here, by the way. More than that, you got 40 points. But I want to target this internal low. So at this point in time, if there's news, then I'm going to see what 10 a.m. does. If there's 10 a.m. news, then there is. To me, it looks like there is. Yeah, see, there is. So you would obviously you want to close before 10 a.m. news. So you would have closed maybe at this internal low here and maybe at your 40, 30, 40 points. So you would have closed. But now there's 10 a.m. news. Let's say you wait for 10 a.m. news and let's see if there's a trade. So now we have an SMT here with this low here. So let's wait for price to move. We've again same exact thing I just told you guys earlier. Total soup. Nope, Banyu. We're going higher. Okay, rebalance. We haven't actually done anything yet just to say what price we're bullish just yet. Nothing yet. We still have this BIS here. Now it's 10:05. 5 minute candles opened. We're just choppy right now. Look, this 15 minute range is very choppy. This is bullish, but I think it's a low probability day. Yeah, you could enter off this BIS here. But me personally, I mean, yeah, that's actually not that bad, you know. We just didn't get any rebalance wicks. That's why it's pretty hard to enter. You could enter like that. Anticipating price to displace through this high, targeting this high. You could do that. Or you can just hold for your 50 points, which price then gives you there. You could do that. Issues with this today's day here, right? You don't want to take my candle closure strategy, not strategy, but like concept a bit too much and pattern trade like here. You're like, oh, this piece is going to get disrespected because look at the way this candle closed. No, wait one more, wait one more candle. That stutter was crazy. Wait one more candle. Local price did. Wait, another candle. Look what price did. We now went back up here. So this rebalance candle was just a fake out. And then once you see that, you could enter off displacement and put your stops below there. But we didn't get like a oh we're gonna come lower and then go higher. Do you understand what I'm saying? Go on, go on. Yeah. So just because you see this candle and you're saying, okay, I see this candle, we're going down. Wait for this candle here to close within this BISI and then go lower. Don't just enter and say, yeah, cool, this is good. Don't anticipate it. Always let price show you what it wants to do. Do you understand? This BISI here hasn't been disrespected yet. And then off that, you're like, okay, I could enter now, put stops below here or stops below here, or stops enter there, stops below there. The reason why I didn't catch this trade, kind of, is because we never got like a wick to show me, yeah, we're going like, and then go like that, and then I'll enter because that wick is a rebalance candle. You understand? So yeah, good trade though. So yeah, don't pattern trade the wicks. Do not pattern trade the order block, sweep, wick, enter, raped. Wait for this candle. Wait for it. It's 10:05 as well. You might as well wait for it. You might as well. Yeah. So how many days we got left? We're on 28th, so almost done. Almost done. Almost done. Almost done. If you watch this whole way through, yeah, props to you. You're going to be profitable soon. Don't worry. Trust me. You are going to be profitable. Okay, next day, 4 hour bullish again. We rebalanced here. We're going higher. And if there's an SMT, I would consider it. So there's an SMT here, I think. Yes, but I don't think that's true just yet, unless price shows me that on market open and macro. So we obviously do this, and it's a Monday, so it's going to be a low prob anyways. Let's see what price does. Well, never mind. Wow. Okay. Manipulation, a lot of manipulation. So let's wait for 45. Okay. Okay, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is basic common sense, right? This Monday is a blessing, by the way. Damn, it's a blessing. Okay. We have opened, dumped lower around 100 points. Yep, you can see that. Basic 100 points. Chopped around. This is before macro open, by the way. And the next five candles then pumped another like 120 points. What's this telling me, bro? What's this? Oh, bro, look at this. What's this telling me? If we are truly bullish, we are probably not going to go below this range by that blue line that I drew. Yeah, it's not straight. Hold up. Okay, so macro's open. Let's see what the price does. Yeah, what I'm expecting is this 5 minute counter rebalance toward PXH like here, and then we'll go higher. But we don't even want that. Okay, let's wait. Okay, bang. This is why you wait, guys. Yeah, don't enter longs because you see that. Whenever you see a rebalance wick like this, you wait for the next candle to show you that it's actually true. And here it disrespected that idea. So let me see this in SMT here so I can be careful. Uh, no, it's not. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so at this point in time, we have a very manipulative Monday. Let's wait. That could be some internal manipulation, but let's wait. Okay. Personally, now price has now flipped bearish, which is for me, I'm trying to be bullish, but now ES as well, especially. And you can see here, we've used this area as like a reverse PXH. They do work, you know. Look at that. So after seeing that, now my bias has flipped. So we've taken out the 15-minute high. The 1 hour is now a wick. So I guess now price wants to go lower, and these bissies are going to get disrespected because this one got disrespected, this one got disrespected, this one got disrespected, and also ES has no more. So when ES has no more, it's pretty good sign I'm going to go lower. So the initial entry was here off this wick and here, but I've missed that. So let's say we enter here, put stops here, because that's the rebalance, right? That's the manipulation rebalance candle. And we could target this internal low with 60 points. This is my entry, so I'm gonna press sell just so the stats will look good. Yeah, you guys see that? So how my bias just flipped from bearish to bullish? I mean, sorry, from bullish to bearish. I read. Why is it not dragging? Okay, there we go. I have read what price is doing, and this, if this was truly bullish, where I drew this PXH would have held. We would have seen something, but we completely displaced through it, meaning we're going to displace through the whole thing. This one as well didn't hold. It actually uses area to then go lower. So let me just get rid of these lines because it's kind of annoying. So let's see how price does. Very nice displacement. Bang. Zero drawdown trade, zero bullish candle trade. W, W. Yeah, I'm gonna post an announcement story. Yeah, so clean, so clean, so clean. Cool. Let me X that. So yeah, that's a nice 3K trade. Yeah, what did I do? I waited for PXH to see if there's any reaction from it. We invest this one and we use this one area to go lower. A basic AMD day. And then, like I said, please just target your 50 points. Yeah, because this is London laws, I think. London laws? These are London laws, right? Let's see if price goes there. Just for like a, if you want to hold a trade. This is the true London law. Yeah? Do you want to go through this? Who in their right mind wants to go through that? Let's say this is your entry, bro. Who wants to go through this, bro? Who wants to see that? We just want to catch this. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's clean. Uh, next day. The reason why I thought it wouldn't go to London loads because it's a Monday, so it just takes so long. Okay, now this is 29th. Okay, so 4 hour again. I'll make this a bit quick now, so you guys know the chart. You guys know what we're doing. Yeah, so we have 4 hour. We have this high. We closed above. We're using it as a PXH, but we still could be bearish. So let's wait for macro to open. So market's open. Bang, 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 bang. That's now 45. Okay. So now some traders would say, let's enter off this high here, displacement above this PX. It's not PXH for like a market structure shift. Anticipating, because this 5 minute basically got disrespect on ES, and I'm sure it did on NQ as well. Yep. So now look at this 15-minute candle as well. Bearish value gap. We closed within it here, and it showed no signs of PXL holding to go lower to like that low. So we're going higher. Yep. 1 hour as well. Very nice wick within this inverse gap. So it's very, very clean. So initially the first entry just at macro open, but let's say you're a person that misses that. Let's wait for price to rebalance. Yeah, no worries. You can, there's always rebalance, don't worry. So price dumps higher, pumps higher, sorry. Okay, this was a nice rebalance candle wick, but still don't see anything because this candle is now strong. So this 5 minutes open now. I want to see this 5 minute rebalance and then we go higher. Yeah, let's see what price does. There's a 5 minute rebalance. We have now rebalanced nicely with a 5 minute wick. Even though we swept this high, even though we swept this high, we want to see a strong, and I'm talking strong bearish structure for us to respect price sweeping these highs and filling this SIBI again to cost to go lower. But from the looks of us investing this SIBI and this SIBI, I'm expecting this SIBI to get inverted as well, targeting these highs. Yep. So let market be bullish. Let's wait. Okay, we set that low. Lovely internal manipulation. Lovely 5 minute gap fill as well. So at this point, you could enter longs here as well. Starts below this wick, that's a manipulation wick. Who cares how price chops within your drawdown? That's not the point. And target your 50. Let's target this high just to show you guys that. Also, another continuation day again, where we turtle soup a high on the 501, show no bearish candles that we're going lower, and so yep, bun this turtle soup, we're going higher again. Hold up, hold up. Oh, don't get edged. Bomb! I keep forgetting about news. I actually keep forgetting about news. It's so annoying. No, it's actually genuinely so annoying. I actually keep forgetting about news. Okay, no entry because there was news. Obviously, there was no news, you would take that. But look, now news opened. This is the true manipulation. Sorry, guys. And just to prove it to you, I'll enter here and put stops here. And I'll actually enter because I need to prove to you guys that I'm correct. Because I didn't see news again. I don't know why I keep forgetting about news. Yeah. If there's news, you guys will understand that the trade before is not valid unless you close. 50 points, which is there. Nope, I have balls putting them on the table. Yeah. Now, why am I so confident? 1 hour order block fill, which I actually haven't seen, but the 15-minute candle got rebalanced very nicely with the SPICY as well, and the SIBI area that got inversed. 5 minute BISI as well. Manipulation. What does this candle tell you guys? Yes, we have basically 4 minutes left, but at this point, what does this tell you guys? It's 10 a.m. news as well. Wait, let me draw this. Yeah, well, I draw it. Yeah, what does this tell you guys? Basically like an AMD and 10 AM was the manipulation. Yeah. So we target that high that I marked out. Bang again. So even at this point, we tell soup this high. We say nope. We're not respecting that. You can enter off displacement here if you missed it as well. Do you understand? So let me actually go to the target though, which was the target's met. And I think this is gonna go even higher. Because now the CP got disrespected. These candles here is a similar story to today, by the way. So basically a similar story to today. Let's see if price goes there. Let's see if price goes there. Let's just wait. Okay, it doesn't go there. Does it go there? Forgot to close. Oops. Doesn't go there. But you guys see the point. Yeah, I just extended it for the statistics. Let me actually do this. What am I doing in 10 seconds? 1 minute. Obviously, you're not going to do this, right? Oh, eventually it goes there. Let me just close that. Let me just close there because it's dumb. But anyways, look, the 50 points came, right? That's 150 points. I'm asking for too much. The 50 points came very nicely. You guys see that? Yeah. I didn't know there was news. Wait for news to come out. We fill this PXH nicely again, retest. We then displace very nicely higher. You have these little wicks that also you can enter off of, put stop loss below this wick, and then boom. Price then humps higher. Yeah? Yeah? Oh, how many days left? Clean, clean, clean. Literally a couple more days. That's the 10 a.m. news manipulation. So if there's news, you wait, obviously, right? Because I didn't know that. It never tells me. For 4 hour again, we're bearish. We're also dumping a lot before macro open. So market's open now. Let's see what price does. Let macro open. Bang, macro's opened. What are we doing? We're displacing lower. We displace past these lows, showing no sign of reversal. So I'm anticipating more bearish signals. So let's just go on the macro and let price show you that. Yeah. So macro's opened. We disrespected this busy. So now we could be bullish, right? So let's just wait for price to show us that we're bullish. We've now tapped this 5 minute civvy. ES. Okay, so ES has this. So if you're confused on this, oh yeah, actually no, we both have it. Let's see if this busy gets inversed. It does. No, this is a similar story to what happened on. I don't know what day it was. Oh, today. It's today. It's today. It's today. It happened today. Oh my days, it happened today. This is not. This looks exactly like what happened today, even though it's a month apart. We had people trying to enter shorts. This is like a couple minutes before macro. Yeah, because they see a disrespect of the Sibi and they say, "Yep, I want to enter, but wait for candle close." This is what we wanted to see to enter shorts, but let's see how this candle closes. Not much. Okay, now yeah, now it's nice and bearish, right? So you could enter like up here. You would enter up here, right? Put your stops above here. You could target this low here, and let's go for 50 points. And then watch how price closes because we can form an SMT. Bang. Yeah. So the reason why people got stopped out today in shorts is because this candle didn't show that it closed really bullish up there, but this candle actually rebalanced the wick. What I keep telling you guys about the wick, bro. I keep telling you guys about the wick. And then bang, basically almost zero drawn on trade. Yeah, we formed an SMT here with that wick, that's why it's, yeah? Exactly, Benzo. We just invested, exactly. Right. You see that? Can you can you do standard deviation of that wick? Yeah, of this wick. The manipulation wick for me, for what I do it off manipulation wicks. So we could do it off this wick if you want, but the best ones to do it is of actual wicks that manipulate. So for example, if this is like a longer wick, but you could do it off this wick if you want. Bro, it's rainbow colors, bro. Don't bother, bro. It's rainbow colors. But if you want to use oh gosh, if you want to use standard deviation, you want to do it off the wicks that actually do manipulation. For example, it's going to high time frame. This you want to do it off this wick here, like big large wicks, and it works well on the high time frame. Yeah, head and shoulders pattern. Don't pattern trade it though. Yeah. Don't pattern trade it. Now, let's say you missed that entry and it's almost 10 a.m. Obviously, this is your 50 points done because you saw this inverse Sibi and you saw this the most important part of what this whole concept was. This candle here, this one candle showed you everything, bro. This one candle here, it didn't close bullish, it didn't respect this order block and sit busy together. It closed bearish and it rebalanced. It did both. It did two things at the same time. It's like a two candles in one. And if you missed that entry, you could try enter off PXL, but let's see if price gives us that. So you could enter that off that wick. Let's see if, okay, now you wouldn't enter, why? Because now we're expecting this to be, so yeah, the 50 points is enough, yeah? Next day. So yeah, whenever you see an inverse, wait for one more candle to see if it rebalances within that inverse and then goes higher or lower, or it closes very strong, bullish or bearish, and then you have to wait another candle to see what price wants to show you, yeah? So today is 30th, so I think it's one more day, guys, one more day. The stats are only 8k, but you know I made more. I didn't even take the trade here, so yeah. We practiced a whole month together. That's actually really good. For this last trade, I'll take it. And you guys know the last day of the month is oh, it's 1st of May. Oh, so there was no 31st. Should I do it? Should I do it? I might as well. Let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. Cool. Okay. May 1st. This is a nice draw. We've just edged. Yeah. Let's check on ES if it's taken out. Nowhere near. Cool. Nice AMD on the 4 hour. Very nice AMD. Wow. So now I'm anticipating. Oh, let me get that. Now I'm anticipating price to go higher very nicely. Yeah. 1 hour. It's crazy how we edged that by like 2 points. So now I'm anticipating price to go higher. Now it's very, very wicky. So let's hope market open gives some displacement. Then for us to then go higher. Okay, we go lower. Macro opens in like 5 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, okay, one more candle too much. Okay, so macro opened here. So there's this CB disrespect and this PXL disrespect that you can enter longs off this candle here at macro open, but say we missed that because I think we total sweep that low. Yeah, so we total sweep these lows here. We've taken them out. Let's let price show us that by closing above this high to then we can enter longs target that high, yeah? Because that high is not that far away. It's only 85 points, yeah? So let's go on 10 second. That's my target. And it's a nice draw because we edged it by like 10 points. So we know it's going to place even higher, but we'll just target that high. Okay, so now we've displaced through this wick high. Let's see how this candle closes. We've got 20 seconds. 1, 2, cool. So then you could enter off displacement, but I want to get rebalanced because we could tap this BISI. We could tap this BISI, right? Yeah, we could tap that BISI easily. Let's wait. Bang, BISI tap. Let's go on 1 minute ES, see what we can see. Nothing much. Yes, edging this high, so we're very bullish. So you don't want to mess up by entering too early or too late. So we have 4 minutes left for the 5 minute candle opening. Obviously, the next one. We have this BISI. Let's see how this candle closes. We've got 40 seconds. Very nice and bullish, but we wait because it's still in the order block now. See? This is why you wait. This is why you wait. 20, 10, next candle, bang, it closed like that. Okay, so now this candle is now telling me we may go lower again. So let's wait for this candle now. If this candle then rebalances like this, then I'm going to enter. See? Just waiting is so important. And now we've just formed SMT here. I think that's why. So we formed SMT here, which isn't enough for me personally. I still want to be bullish, but let's see. Well, at this point, I might as well make the markets probably. Okay, see what I'm saying? So now we displaced the idea and we disrespected the SMT, so we could enter longs like that. It's a bit too late because I'm on 10 seconds instead of 1 second. Yeah, so you could do that. So I missed the entry though. It's annoying. But let me just buy one contract. Yeah, so let me buy that and then I'll put stop loss there. Yeah, because look, we tapped this BISI twice and this is the third manipulation candle. And plus we've closed up there. Yeah, so let price move. Ooh, I got stopped. Okay. It formed SMT then. Did it form SMT? Now what did it do? Oh, I know what it did. We're just bearish, guys. Yeah, we're just bearish. I guess it just wants to rebalance properly here. And the entry that I missed was just, I guess it's wick to the external high, internal high. So I guess we get stopped out. Yeah, so let's wait. Maybe for 10 a.m. Because there was 10 a.m. news. Yo, mom. Okay, 10 a.m. news. Those entries don't count. 10 a.m. news. 10 a.m. news. No ego, 10 a.m. news. Okay, let's see what happens. 10 a.m. news drops. We have this PXL. Okay, let's see what price does. Nothing much. 30th of the month, very low prob. Nice rebalance candle, so you could enter longs like this. Could do that because that's a nice rebalanced candle. Target is high, or maybe these highs. Could do that. Yeah, but it's just gonna go for a lot. You're gonna go for a lot of drawdown, and you may get stopped out because now we're going lower. But the bullish is holding, so you don't want to go through this, guys. Do you understand? So the trade that's actually optimal was this rebalance wick of this order block of sweeping this internal low, and 10 a.m. news not showing us we're going lower by. Obviously, look, this news candle is telling us we're going lower, but then the next candle came lower, then closed up here, and this next candle did the same thing. So you're expecting these next candles to do the same, and that's what happened. And let's see if our draw gets hit. At this point, it's just kind of long to deal with these type of trades because the first day of the month is low prob, and there was 10 a.m. news I didn't clock, but eventually my thing got hit. So I actually wrote my stats. But yeah, you guys see that? How do you know when you wait for retracement and when to just enter on displacement? I know what you're talking about. So for example here, how do I know that? So how do I know when to enter off retracements instead of displacement? Wait, let me read that question one more time. My brain's not working. How do you know when you wait for a retracement and when just to enter on displacement? Okay, I got you now. So when you enter for retracement, you're expecting displacement. When you enter off displacement, price already retraced, so displacement is now price moving. So you've already got all your checklists ticked off. For example, the retracement, the manipulation, etc. So when you enter off displacement, you know there's nothing else for price to do other than displace, and you'll put your stop loss below the manipulation wick. When you enter off retracements, there is a possibility price may manipulate within your stop loss and then go higher. It all depends on context and narrative. But I understand your question. So I didn't know 10 a.m. news was here. Obviously, I entered properly because of these wicks here. Basically, wicks. This, okay, look, I'll go through it again one more time so you guys understand. 10 a.m. news opened, manipulated higher, left a massive wick, closed there. So what do you think that candle's going to do? It should open and go lower. It opens, go lower, does not take out this low, and goes and close up here. So the next candle does the exact same thing. Closes, opens, comes all the way down here, respects CE, closes above there. You can risk it and take a long here, put your stop loss up below the manipulation candle, which was 10 a.m., 10:01, etc. And the trade eventually played out, right? You'd have to sit through some drawdown. Do you understand? So that was a trade that worked out, even though it's 50-point stop loss, which is shocking. But that's how manipulation works. So you're gonna have to lower your contract size. Isn't that also an OB manipulation, OB rebalance? I mean, what do I say again? Tell me what I say again. I'll say it. What were some reasons that long was invalidated? We respected that busy and manipulate once more, and the only thing I can think of is SMT and entry before news. It's because of entry before news. It's literally because of that. What did I say at 146? The answer to okay, so how do you know? Okay, so the question he's asking is how do you know when you wait for a retracement and when to enter off displacement? So when you enter off a retracement, you're expecting displacement. When you enter off a displacement, you've already seen the retracement and you're waiting for price to move. So I'll give you an example by drawing it out. So left is retracement. So let's say we're moving higher. We've now retraced. Now you enter and you have your stops there accordingly and you target like that. This is retracement. This is displacement. So you retraced, we see price do that. Let's say we close above this PXL level for price to then obviously go higher. You enter off displacement, putting your stops below the retracement. So at the end of the day, who's got the better entry? The retracement or the displacement? The retracement. Which one's more riskier? The retracement. Do you understand? So this is like win rate, this is RR. It's basically like that. So obviously, to make sure the retracement is valid, you want to see some manipulation here. You want to see a very nice continuation day and price will go higher from your level, right? Like that. So then obviously displacement is just that. Basically did the exact same thing, but retracements ends in here, displacement ends in here. Do you understand? Do you guys understand now? I kind of drew out so it's easier. Yeah? Isn't it 2 a.m. we are? Yes, it's 1:49 a.m. But my sleep schedule's ruined, so it's cool. Yeah, you guys see what I'm talking about? So that's the month done. Um, I've only made 6.6k, which is not accurate at all. You guys know that. But let me stop recording now so you can ask me questions. So that's the April backtest done. Mainly through my thought process, but it's cool, yeah.